Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Let's see, let me switch this real quick. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. I hope everybody can hear me. Um, if you're watching this on a repeat, it's going to be fun today. We always do analysis, live trades, breakdowns, and we just have fun in here. Right now, I'm just waiting for a couple people to get in, and then we are going to chop it up. We're going to do some analysis. Just a bit of a recap on what happened yesterday. We took these two trades yesterday. Well, two positions. One was here, and the other one was up there. And we ended up closing one for like a 1 to 2. And the other one, we let it run till break even. Okay, so we secured like a good 1% or 1.5% or something like that. So today, we're going to be looking at the charts again. As you can see in these zones that I mark up, they usually hit, right? They usually get a good response, a good reaction. And then our job is to try and see if it matches our criteria to take a trade. For today, to be quite honest, I'm not sure I'm going to be entering any positions considering what I've seen all morning. Price has just been bullish. I don't really see any setups, any structures, but what we do recognize is, the typical pattern of, I'll show you here. You have your push up, consolidation, push up again. Price is supposed to kind of eventually break down. So after doing this, right, in the box, it's supposed to go up like this, break, and then you get into somewhere here, take it down. All right, that's essentially what we're looking for. But this setup isn't the cleanest for me, so I'm not going to be taking this trade. Let's see. There we go. All right, so that's essentially where I'm at. For everybody who's in here, who's watching, shout out to you guys. Thank you for joining. Welcome back to the live. Welcome back to the family. We got a little bit to talk about today. I hope you guys' trading is going well. I hope you guys are having a great week so far. I hope you guys are profitable. I've been talking to some of you guys. You guys are doing really well, so that's really dope to hear. If you're in here and you're active, drop an emoji or something just so I know that you are here. Some people are kind of shy, don't like to interact. It's all good. You could watch, but if you can, please say something so that we know you're here. Wyra, you're the first one on the chat today, bro. What's up, Wyra? How you doing? I'm good, man. How you doing? I hope everything is blessed. Hope you're having a great week, brother. Awesome. So yeah, like I was saying, yesterday we took these trades with two positions, and we made I took that same trade on 3 different accounts and made money. So not a bad trade. I tried to practice live holding my trades, and in the end, it just went back to break even. Sorry, guys. I gotta also look at some of these business inquiries and whatnot. But anyways, yeah, man. So that's what we're doing, guys. If you're here, let me know what you're trading this morning. I'm personally not in the trade. Ryuzaki, yo, what's good, brother? What's good? You were here the other day. What's up? Thanks for coming back. Mr. May, baby, what's up? Yo, how you guys doing? Oh, it's gonna be a lit live today where I can just feel it. It's gonna be a lit live. It sucks that I'm not in a trade as of right now, because this hasn't met my criteria. But I know that regardless of what happens, we'll either analyze some of you guys' charts. Maybe we'll take some trade concept setups and just see how it plays out. Sometimes when we're not in a live trade, we will look at the chart and analyze and then take a paper trade just to see how well we do. So there's a lot that we could do for sure. But I'll explain to you guys what I was looking at for the day. Prices come back into my region. As you can see here, as soon as it came to my region, it's starting to push down. And typically when I'm looking to sell, I wait for price to get to a point of interest. Okay, so in this case here, I'm going to just write it out here, point of interest. Okay. And this would be it for me. Okay, right here. So price has gone from consolidating down here, right? Shot all the way up. Started kind of consolidating in this area as well. Okay, and then it broke. So usually wait for a down, higher, then down, right? And then it pushed back somewhere into a gap, an order block, something to take down towards the downside. Okay, that's usually what I'm looking for. This setup doesn't look the best to me, so I'm not really, too interested in this. And when it comes to trading, guys, your job is to preserve your capital and maximize your wins. Okay, so for me, this doesn't look that great unless I see something more interesting. I'm most likely not going to enter. Wyra said, I'm good, man. Bless you. Bless you too, brother. Bless you too. Again, thank you so much for joining. It's always awesome to have you guys in here. What are you guys trading? Let me know. What are you guys trading this morning? What are you looking at? You know me, I'm an index trader or indice trader, so I usually trade just SPX, NAS 100, or US 30. Recently, I've been more focused on US 30 as it really lines up well with my trading. But for the most part, this is how I trade. Perfect. All right, so let me know what you guys are trading. What are you guys trading this morning? Let's chop it up, people. We're here to have fun. By the way, guys, if you haven't joined the Discord, I'm going to pin the Discord in the chat so that you guys can... Wait, can I even pin it in the chat? Let me see. Paste. There we go. Can I pin this? Yes, I can. Look at me learning, bro, how to be a professional streamer over here. Mr. May said I've entered 2 trades on GU and EU with a 1% profit. That's for today. That's fire, bro. That's all you need, man. 1 to 2% a day or every trade, and you're blessed, man. Waiting for gold to trade after 10. Ooh, that's interesting. Is it 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time? Let me know. That would be really dope to know. But we could take a quick look at gold. Wyra said he's in gold as well. Guys, we got to go look at gold real quick. Let's go take a look at gold. All right, so gold. Let's do a bit of an analysis here. We did the other day. We were waiting for gold to take these these highs, to break these highs for all-time highs. It didn't. So as you can see, gold is literally starting to retrace down the other way. Man. So I got stopped break even today when I slept. I'm cool with it for real. Yeah, man, it happens, bro. It happens. Sometimes we get in our own heads and, you know, it just really, it messes with us, man. But at the end of the day, it's part of trading losses. Think of it this way. I think I watched this. I think it was Mark Douglas who said this, that when you take a loss, it's just the cost of business. I come from a business background. There's no such thing as making a profit with absolutely no risk and without losing sometimes. You're going to lose. It's just part of the process. You know what I mean? So just look at it like, and that's why some people advocate for taking partials along the way. Think of it of like if you were a consultant or even a trader, think of it as like your fee for participating in the market. You say to yourself, okay, whatever happens at, you know, a certain amount, I'm going to take this much as profit and move the rest to break even. That way, you know, you took some money for the day. And what happens is that as you start to get used to taking profits, you feel like a really profitable trader. I used to take partials all the time. What I would do is that at a 1-to-1, I would close half and let the rest run, and I was blessed. And it really helped with my psychology, helped me to develop the mindset needed for becoming consistent. All right, guys, so take partials, man, when you have to. And break evens sometimes suck, especially when it goes in your way, but trust me, it's far better than taking a full loss. All right, let's look at gold. All right. If you guys notice, I do this all the time. And I know it seems elementary, but it really, there's a study that shows that when you write something down, you're able to remember it a lot better, like retain the information a lot better. Shoot, I messed that up. But long story short, I always do this to just get an idea of what's going on, right? To see what my positioning can look like. All right. So now we have a little bit of consolidation there, up, down, and then boom, boom. So this is where we are in gold right now. So let's look at some things here. We have this, as some people would call it, an order block, let's say. Some people will call it resistance, support. It doesn't matter. Okay, there are differences between the two, but essentially it's a region, it's an area you've identified where price has tapped into multiple times and is going the other way. So now that we see that price keeps pushing down from this area, we need to ask ourselves a couple questions. I just want to get back into the chat real quick though. Ryuzaki said 10 p.m. UTC plus 8. Oh shoot, what is that? Let's see. 10 p.m. UTC plus 8, he said, to EST. Man. All right. How are we going to do this, guys? This doesn't look like the best site. What time is it where you are? Just so I could get back to this live. What time is it where you are, Ryuzaki? Candle Momentum say, hey guys, how's your day going, traders? Excellent question. So far for me, it's been great. I hope you guys are doing well as well. You guys, respond to Candle Momentum. Let's get some momentum building here, no pun intended. We're a great community. Wire said gold looking divergent with US 30. Okay, I'm going to take a look at that in a second as well. But so right now we have to ask ourselves, every time price taps into this level, what is it doing? Now, when we look at market structure, like I was pointing out before, right, we have to see what price is doing every time. So price was in a bullish trend. It gave us a bit of a higher high than a lower low, then a lower high, and then the rest was history, right? Until it started to come back up to this area, came back down again, right? So price was forming bearish structure. Then it started to go back up. Okay. And then when it got to this level, same thing happened. Gave us a higher high, then a lower low, then a lower high. You see what I'm saying? So the patterns are the same. So here we are. Now, this is where it gets kind of tricky because sometimes price will do this all to fake you out. But here we have price giving us a higher high, higher low, a lower high. Kind of, it's not really a lower, kind of wicked, but we can just say it is. Let's say it gave us another higher high and then a lower low. It broke into here. So what are we anticipating? What are we expecting? We're expecting that price should continue back this way. But if you guys have traded things like this, you understand that at some point price will, maybe on the third, fourth time, it'll tap into this and then shoot back the other way. So price can do this, right? And then give us one of these. Okay, so that's what we have to watch for. But for the most, part, we are somewhat bearish because price seems to be just consolidating in this channel right here. Okay, this area right here, price is just not coming out of this range for gold. And gold does this a lot. If you look at gold, historically, like you get these moments where gold will just go sideways for a while and then eventually break upwards. So right now we are bearish. Now for me, since this is the 4 hour, I would start looking at the 1 hour for certain things. I could see here on the 1 hour, look at this. This is like textbook. Okay, you have a nice gap right there, a bearish gap. And what I would have done is I would have looked to the 15 just to see if there are any other areas in there, because I don't like to just take the 1 hour gaps. I look for other areas. I would have possibly considered this as well. Okay, just so I understand that when price gets into this area, it'll start to do things. So I would name this one here, okay, a 1 hour gap. Oops. Okay, a 1 hour gap. Okay, and then I would change the color of this just so that it's easier for me to understand the difference between the two. And then I'd have this 15-minute right here, which I recognize by the color. And then whenever price, so let's see what would have happened. Okay, this is hindsight, guys. Okay, so we're obviously going to win the trade because it's hindsight. Mr. May said it was nice, awesome. And Ryuzaki said 2 minutes. Oh, okay. So I see you're like literally 12 hours difference from my time zone. Oh, thank you for staying up late, brother. You really don't have to. All right. So it's 8 o'clock. So prices, remember what we're looking for, right? We're looking for price to come into our point of interest, give us that special, pattern, and then kind of take that towards the downside. I don't trade gold, so I don't know how it's going to play out, but all we know is that eventually we should get some signal to get in. All right, so price eventually comes up in here, and then look at that, breaks. So what you would do is that when price, let me just say what I would do. So at this point, let me go back just a little bit. At this point, when price starts doing this, what I'm looking for is to enter two positions. My first position is going to be like right here. Okay, I'm going to try and get in around there, aim for a 1 to 2. Okay, and then let's make this a 1 to 2. And then my second position is going to be like, well, first I have to let this candle form. But let me see if I can catch it with one of these things here. Okay, perfect. So my second entry is going to be if price does reverse even further, I'm looking to get in around somewhere here. That way I'm getting a 1 to 4 with one position and a 1 to 2 with the next. So whenever price returns back into that area, I would get in. If not, oh, looks like we're going to miss it because price just missed that. But that's okay. And there you go. So you would have won the trade if price came up into that area. That's essentially all that I would do. I haven't practiced this or backtested this on gold, but somebody asked me to. So one of these days we'll do that. I think we're going to do like a series with Forex where we start backtesting different pairs and see how we would have fared with those strategies. Kind of momentum said the M's and the W's in the zoom out mode. Let's be wary though, as market manipulation sometimes comes into play too. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, like when you look at these things from a higher time frame, you can see like, you know, that price keeps responding to certain areas and it pushes down. But there's a lot of times where, because price, or I guess the markets or the people who are trading these pairs with large, you know, amounts, they understand that most people think this is going to hold. So sometimes they will manipulate you out of that. Even if it's not on here, sometimes on the lower time frames, you can get a bit of manipulation. So I understand what Candle is saying. You know what I mean? So you guys are in gold. For those of you who are in gold, did you buy? Did you sell? What happened? Let us know. Sorry guys, after my breakfast while I'm doing these things with you guys, because my days are so jam-packed that like today I didn't even get to trade. No setup form for me anyways, but I just couldn't even get on the charts in the morning. And I was up early, so. For those of you guys who were in gold, what did you guys do? And then anybody else who's in here, what else are you guys trading? Is everybody trading gold today? Is everybody trading gold today? I would love to hear it. Because right now, you can see Raizuki said waiting for a buy signal in gold. Okay, excellent. I love stuff like this. So let me tell you where I would get in on a buy. If I'm anticipating a buy, we can clearly see with market structure, we can just do some basic things, okay? So number one, we have this area where price literally had to break to start forming bearish structure, okay? We have over here, the last area that was kind of like that was here, okay? So already, and it's so crazy that it touched that. I know it looks like because I seen that's why I marked it, but it's actually just because of what I seen over here. And when you stretch it over a little further, you can see same thing. It's a very strong area, okay? So already my bias is somewhere within this region right here, okay? Somewhere within this entire region. When price gets to something in here, it might do exactly what it's doing now. So then I would start looking for, let me just push this back a little bit. I would start looking for gaps, order blocks, whatever you guys trade. I would start looking for those things. So the first one is this, okay? And surprise, surprise, look what happens. Price gets to this gap, pushes upwards, okay? So that would definitely be an area of interest for me. The second one is, you can see we have like really tiny ones that I'm not too interested. My next move would be down here, and that's it. And this is how I really approach the market. If I miss any of these things, I missed. I don't care. I'm not going to go somewhere where I don't understand what's going on. So I would start looking at these two zones. So when price, let's go back a little bit and do some hindsight, 100% accuracy trading. When price gets to these levels, first off, I got to zoom down to the 15 as well to see. But when price starts getting to these levels, I can understand that, okay, somewhere within 1, 2, and 3, price may move. Now that I'm on the 15, okay, now that I'm on the 15, let's just zoom in a little bit. Let's see if there are any other areas here that give us a bit of confirmation. You can see this one here is kind of within a 15-minute gap as well, so that's cool. This one here has just a series of bullish candles, but no gap in particular. But there is this one little one here next to a push, okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stretch this way over. I'm going to change this color darker just so we know it's a 1 hour. Do the same with this, just so we know that's a 1 hour as well. And then I'm going to keep this one blue so that I know which one it is. And then what I'm going to do is that when price, what time is it right now? 8:45, perfect. Okay, good. So now we can go down when price gets to this level now, right? Guess what I'm waiting for? This is literally my setup, literally. Boom, right? Gives us a little consolidation, but it goes down, breaks above here. Once it breaks above here and closes, I'm waiting for a retracement to go up. So let's see what happens. Is it just going to take off without us, or is it going to let us get back in? Okay, cool. So price has broken structure. So my first entry, as always, is going to be probably here just to be on the safe side. Stops right there. 1 to 2. Okay, and then the next one, as I always tell you guys, I always try and put it somewhere where I can get like at least a 1 to 4. So let's see, like right there. All right, so let's see if we're gonna make this or if we're gonna miss. This price going without us, and it goes. This is why I do these two positions, because sometimes you have to just get in before you can. But essentially, it formed our pattern. It just didn't retrace. Okay, so it would have been a nice setup for those of you who are aggressive to enter. Oh, does it come back down? Okay, so this is a good question. At this point, do I get back into the trade if it comes back? What do you guys think? Do you guys think that now that it's retracing, should we get back into it? Let me kind of do this a little bit so you can see the whole picture. Do you guys think that as it's retracing now, we should get back into the trade, or we should leave it alone? What do you guys think? Ryuzaki said, waiting for bites. Okay, yeah. Bob Effect said, I don't even know why people start trading go straight to gold. I've seen many people fail because of it. Gold is not an easy pair to trade. If you're experienced with gold, you can make crazy money. Like if you're trading a personal account, gold is the way to go. Gold will flip your account in no time. It's such a powerful pair, and it makes a lot of money. It moves heavily. So that's why a lot of people are attracted to gold. Personally, for me, gold took a lot of my money. I won't lie. So I just never messed with gold. After that, I stuck to indices. But, you know, to each his own. As much as I understand what you're saying, some people are just good at gold. I know one of the best traders I know trades gold only. Makes crazy money. You know what I mean? So I totally understand it. Mr. May said, I hate trading gold. Bro, gold can be so manipulative. It's insane. Caramel Life. Yo, Caramel Life, everybody say a big thank you to Caramel Life for me. He's the one who helped set up the Discord, guys. And he's the first mod. And the only mod we're going to have for a while. But Caramel Life is the one who helped us to get the Discord going, guys. So if you join the Discord, say what up to him. And those of you in the chat, if you could just say a nice thank you to him or send him a fire emoji or something just to show appreciation. It's because of people like this that we can do what we do. He didn't charge me a cent for it. He's a nurse, works in the ER, does all sorts of late shifts, and still, found the time to help me. And he's about to go on vacation, and he's still, cramming to schedule. So Caramel Life, God bless you, man. I really appreciate your love and support. He said good day to y'all. So everybody say what up to Caramel Life. Wyra said I am buying. Okay, cool. Candle Momentum, any update from the Forex Funder, or am I wasting my time with those guys? What's your thoughts? Bro, I did a video on this yesterday, but I went to go check the site. You can't even do anything. Site's down. I've been saying this from the beginning, guys. Put your money elsewhere. You know what I mean? Everybody's telling me, oh, still trade the account. I guess it's entertaining, but I was so turned off. If you guys see the next series I upload, I was just trading it anyhow. I just don't feel like this is going to go anywhere. You know what I mean? Even if they end up paying, I'm not impressed with them at all. So I would say, guys, don't hold your breath. Go elsewhere if you can, for sure. My thoughts are those guys are not legit. They ran into troubles, some issues, I want to say, a month or two ago, where in the UK, they almost seized their business and their assets. You know what I mean? So that's crazy. Ryuzaki said, for me, no. Okay, I don't know what he's responding to. He probably responded to something I said, but I forgot because I've been talking so much. Kevin said, hi, everyone. Welcome back, Kevin. Good to have you back in the live. Like I said, I know today's going to be fire because of all the people that are in here today. It's going to be fire. Bob Effect said, thank you, Mr. May. Okay, so people are giving, so showing some appreciation to Caramel. So Caramel, again, shout out to you, bro. This is awesome. But for those of you who are, I think that's what Ryuzaki was answering. So if we should enter this trade again. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that we should enter this trade while it's coming back down, or we should just leave it because we kind of missed the train? What do you guys think? Herman said, I'm here to support the community and the grind. That's what's up, bro. Shout out to you, my brother. That's what's up. Bob Effect said, did you get new logins? Some people I know got some. I heard some people got new logins and all that stuff. I've never been messaged. I'm always, whenever these companies are failing, I'm always like the last guy they contact. I don't know why. I always get the credentials, the emails, everything last. So as of right now, I've got nothing. But in the meantime, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this setup here? Should we get in or should we let it go? Price is retracing back to our levels. Should we get in or should we let it go? What do you guys think? Kevin said leave it. All right. How many people agree with Kevin? I think Ryuzaki said no as well. So let's see how many no's we get and how many yeses we get. All right. So we're going to go yes and no. Okay. And for yes, so far we have 0. For no, we have 2. Let's see. Or wait for another confirmation. Great point. Absolutely. BioFX is the same, bro. I've got none, but I'm with 2 other props. Yeah, exactly. I'm with a lot, many other prop firms, so it doesn't really bother me. What do you guys think about this setup? What should we do here? We got 2 no's. Any yeses at all before I give my opinion? Mid-range, I'd leave it 2. Okay, candle momentum also said no. All right, so that's 3 no's. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the opposite of what you guys are saying. I understand what you guys are saying. Obviously, look, there's a lot of things we have to look at here. When price is respecting bearish fair value gaps, it's a good sign to not, enter these trades. So we have one here. We have another one here. And then we have a whole bunch that form from here. This is the last one. And guess what price is doing? Price is doing exactly that. So in order for us to even consider getting it, like you guys said, we would need more confirmation, meaning another pattern, another signal, something that tells us we should be getting into this trade. So for me, the only place where I'd start to even consider anything is depending on how price reacts here. Now, the reason why I'm going to still get in here is I just want to show you guys something. This obviously with price coming down this heavily, okay? And then going up to here. What is this called, guys? What is this move called here? Price has gone down and come up. This move where it comes back up a little bit before it goes down. What's that called? Not to be elementary with you guys, but make a poll. Okay, Ryuzaki said make a poll. Can I make a poll on here, guys? I'm like super new to this stuff, bro. How would I do that? Let me see. Let me go plus. Oh, man, shout out Ryuzaki, bro. Start a poll right now. That is amazing. Okay, cool. So the question would be, would you still enter this trade? And yeah, there we go. All right, cool. So let's see what you guys say. I'll end the poll after maybe like 5 votes. I got most of your answers, but absolutely, starting a poll would definitely help. Let's see what happens. Okay, well, 100% no so far. Sheesh, y'all are opposed to this for real. Oh, okay. Wow. Oh, wow. Right now we're 40-60. Somebody can tie this up. Somebody can tie this up. Oh, shoot. Now we're 30-60, 33-67. All right. I think the vast majority has spoken. 33% said yes. 67% said no. Let's see what actually happens. Now, obviously, this move here is what we call a retracement. So since we've been bearish and price has retraced to this level and is pushing down, it tells us that there's a good chance it wants to continue. Okay, now with indices, because I know how powerful their zones can be, this would still possibly, I wouldn't get back in to be honest, but it could possibly still be a good setup. So let's see what happens. We're going to do 2 things. We're going to do one aggressive entry and then one confirmation one. Okay, so the first one is going to be, I'm going to move this over. The first one is going to be over here. We're going to see what happens. Okay, price taps in. Oh, and here we are. So this is interesting, guys. So if you had entered right here, you're already almost at TP. So for those of you who said yes, you would have made some money. You see what I'm saying? Caramel Live said, there's no option for a YOLO trade, LMAO. Next time I'll add it. Next time I'll add YOLO trade. That's hilarious. But yeah, so for those of you who said no, I absolutely understand your logic. But this is why I brought it up to you guys, because with indices, depending on where you really are in the market and what's going on, what the overall trend is, this can still be a great setup. Okay, and you guys, as you get to learn your pairs more and more and more, you'll start to understand more of how your pair moves and breeds. Like, I have a good understanding of indices, especially US30, because I've been trading them so long. You know what I mean? So right now, if we had just entered on a limit buy, we would be at a 1-2. Price went all the way to, price went all the way to a 1-2, almost a 1 to 1.8. Not bad at all. At this point, you can move your stops to break even, right? And just see what happens. You see what I'm saying? Now, would I recommend you do this all the time? Not really, because there's a lot of factors, right? Like, price hasn't really confirmed it's going bullish. You want price to at least start breaking some of these structures towards the upside before you start changing your bias. But sometimes these setups are not too bad at all. So that was very interesting. So for those of you guys who are waiting for a buy, those are the areas I would personally look at. And if nothing presented itself, then I would leave it alone. But the reason why I considered possibly still getting here is because I trade from, I trade from 8:30 to 11. That's it. My job is to identify some setup within that period. If I do see one and it matches my criteria, even though I don't feel like it may work, I still enter. That's just how it goes. All right, let me end this poll and get back to some of these comments. Okay, so, shoot. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So, or wait for a confirmation. Same bro, I've gone on mid-range. I'd leave it too. Make a poll. I did. Mr. May said yes. Waiting to see another bullish move. Cameron said, about if you were asking if I trade, I don't know if I can call it that, but yeah, lol. Wyra said, no, I'm out. Cameron said there's no option for YOLO trade. And then Kevin said, you only trade indices, any Forex pairs? Yeah, no, I only trade indices, brother. No Forex pairs for me. But everybody has said that one of these days I should either buy a challenge and try and trade Forex only, or we should do some Forex back testing and see if we can eventually do live trade. So I'm open to the idea, but I just don't trade Forex pairs. For those of you guys who trade Forex, what do you guys trade? And tell me the best Forex pairs in your opinion. Again, it's an opinion. What are the best Forex pairs? Should I make a poll for that too, guys? Should I put like 5 Forex pairs that are kind of like the most popular and then you guys choose? Or you guys just want to tell me in the chat what you think the best Forex pairs are? What do you guys think? What are the best Forex pairs? Let me ask you guys this question while you're thinking of what to put up. Which pairs move the slowest and which pairs move the fastest? Come on, people. Let's get some energy in this chat on this live. Would you enter this trade? Complete. Oh, it's just I only trade major FX pairs. What's your thoughts on news trading? Okay, so for Mr. May, can you give us like a couple of those major pairs? That would be lovely. And Candle Momento said, what's your thoughts on news trading? So here's the thing, guys. I don't do news trading for a couple reasons. Number one, if you trade with prop firms, they will like strangle you, right? If you trade with news. And these guys, some of these prop firms, I hate to say it, they're so sketchy that if you trade anywhere near the news, they try to use that as a way to, ban you or disqualify you or just, violate your account. You know what I mean? Breach your account. And so I just don't do it. But for personally, I also haven't done it just because I know my personality. If I start taking news trades and they win, I might be like, bro, this is all I'm going to do from here on. So I kind of left news trading alone. News trading to me, in my personal opinion, the way I would trade it, it would be gambling to me. Except recently I was talking to Marcus about this and he's on vacation, probably somewhere on a nice, who knows, maybe Marcus is on a yacht. What if Marcus is a secret billionaire, guys? Who knows, right? But anyways, I was talking to Marcus about this. I ended up with a strategy. If you guys want, I can talk about the strategy with news. Do you guys want me to talk about how I started kind of perfecting my news trades? So they've all been paper trades except for one. I took one real life trade on news and it hit the exact spot, went up. I've done this a couple times and it's like so accurate. So if you guys want, I could talk about how I would trade the news, but I personally don't trade it, but I do have a strategy to trade news and it's profitable. And I shared it with Marcus and he concurs. My favorite are GU and EU. They repeat. Nice. Wyra said EU. If you were to apply your start on a higher time frame for swing trades, what would your entry time frame ideally be? Oh, that's a good question. I'm going to get back to you in a sec, Kevin. I just want to see. Everybody said EU, GU, and UJ. EU and G. Okay, all right. So let's put that up there as well. So we have, we have EU, GU, and UJ. So guys, of the three, which one is the fastest? Which one is the slowest? Which one is the best for beginners? This is just all opinion, right? We don't know. Somebody said, sure, show it. Okay, yeah, I'll show it in a second. And then Mr. May said, GU always makes huge moves. That's true. GU is one of those pairs that does make huge moves. Bob said, nah, EU some days when there's news, it's just consolidates like crazy. Yeah, I mean, EU is the first pair I traded because to me, it's a slow pair. It wasn't too crazy, so it was very easy for me to kind of get used to it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go back to Kevin's question first. I think he asked, if you were to apply your strategy on a higher time frame for swing trades, what would your entry time frame be? So that's a good question. So let's go back to gold, I guess. Because the thing with indices is that really after, there are sometimes it moves during London session, but the most time indices are just New York like only. You know what I mean? Whereas in gold is like all year round, all hours of the day type of thing. So we can do gold. Let me see if I can find a different gold pair without. Okay, perfect. So if I were to trade as a swing trader, from what I understand, swing traders, look at like the 4-hour daily and then look for like zones. So for me personally, should we go back a bit? Maybe. Let's do a bit of a random one and then see how we would do this. Okay, perfect. So we're in November of 2022. So that's an awful time to be trading, but we'll see how this goes. So if I were to be trading gold, let's say using higher time frames in my strategy, I would just start off with market structure always. Now, first off, I want to look at this historically and see what type of pair I'm trading. I can see based off of market structure, we had price go up, down, up some more, down a little bit, up, then it started going down again, okay? Eventually came back up to these levels, went up, right? And what is price doing here? It's essentially kind of going sideways, which I told you guys gold does quite a bit, okay? And then eventually it broke out. Did it break these highs? I'll have to measure it after, but it doesn't look so just from eyeballing it, okay? Then price started going down. So guess what we got to start doing now, okay? So now that we see this, there's a couple things we have to take into consideration. Number one, like I mentioned to you guys earlier, market structure, okay? So since we know that price is doing this movement here, we can tell that price, first off, let me measure this to make sure. Yeah, price didn't break. So we're technically bearish because price hasn't broken this and is breaking lows as well. So these lows, all these lows here have been cleared, okay? All these lows here have been absolutely cleared. The question we have to ask ourselves is that, is this the beginning of a reversal or is this a retracement in a downtrend? Now, usually a retracement around the 75% mark is where it should start to go back down. If it starts to break above that, it's usually actually reversing. So I would look at this and say, okay, we have this level here of support that prices kind of come below. It's supposed to use this as a springboard and continue downwards, but it didn't. It consolidated and it broke out. So now I understand that even though for the meantime we are bearish, okay, meaning price is going in this channel here, it's just making lower lows and lower highs, we might be experiencing a reversal. So now I would go down to the daily and try and get a better idea. Remember, this is my first time trading this pair, right? So I would analyze it first before start implementing my strategies. So if I'm a swing trader now and I'm here and price has broken this level, guess what I'm waiting for? If this is a reversal, I'm waiting for price to come back into these type of gaps. Okay, and I'm waiting to see what price is going to do when it returns to these levels. Okay, I would most likely off of something like this, I would enter on the 1 hour or on the 15. That's what I would honestly do. Okay, just because even though we are overall bearish, it has broken out of the channel and there's a good chance this might be a reversal. So I would start looking at things on the 1 hour. Now here we have this gap right here next to a push, which is a super strong area. And then we have another one there as well. And if you guys notice, whenever I do my analysis, I mark up all the major gaps I see. Why? Because you never know which one price is going to choose. Somebody asked me on like the first day of trading when we went live, he was like, oh, how do you know which gaps to take? And I'm going to show you guys how I know which ones to take. You don't really know until price responds or reacts in that zone. All right. So when price now starts breaking towards this level, what time is it right now? It is 8 o'clock on Friday. So that's perfect. So I would start looking at maybe 15-minute zones. Oh, I can't even go back that far. Shoot, I'm stuck on the 1 minute. Sorry, on the 1 hour. So essentially, I would just wait for price to return to that level. And if it doesn't, then I would start making adjustments from there. But as you can see, price went up, came down a little bit, is starting to break higher. So what we have now is price making bullish structure. Okay, price is going, man, I hate when this does this. Price is going up, okay, then down a bit, then up, moving sideways a little bit, and now it's breaking highs. So far, based on market structure, we are up. Now, you do want to look left to see if there are any areas of significance that might be a concern. For example, somewhere over here. You can just see that in this region here, price has had a little bit of challenges when it gets to that level. So I'm looking at it like we're bullish until we get here, then I might start changing my bias. But essentially, I wish I could show you the 15 because the 15 would make it really accurate for me. But let's see if we can get back into another trade. So we have some gaps that have formed here. We're going to monitor them real quick and see. Where we at? Okay, we have that one there, and we don't really have anything. Well, we do have this really small one here. Okay, and just so you guys are aware, gaps near pushes are usually really strong gaps. Okay, so we have this one here. I wish can I at least do the half hour? Okay, maybe we can do the half hour as an entry time frame. Okay, what does price do? Price springs up. Is this enough for me to get in there? No, because I'm waiting for my pattern. So I would have to wait to see what my pattern does, and then I would take it from there. And again, I'm sure somewhere within here I might have gotten it, but because we're on such high time frames, I can't see it. But essentially, this is how I would, like trade it. Just wait for it to get to those zones, those gaps. Once I understand the direction, I start marking my point of interest and looking for my pattern within those zones. That's it. Okay, so price is starting to go up and down, up and down, up and down. Let's see what happens. All right, price comes back down to this level. It's Tuesday, which I already told you guys I don't trade Tuesday, but let's see what happens. All right, so right now, the reason why I haven't marked up any new zones is because they don't matter. This is the last one, and I need price to do certain things at that level. Now, we can keep in mind that there seems to be something up here that's causing this to not really advance. So it's good to mark that up and just say, okay, just in case of anything, I'm going to keep that in mind here. Okay, so we wait for price to get here. All right, and what happens? Oh, interesting situation. Now, on a lower time frame, this is the setup I'm looking for. You can tell it kind of went down, up a little bit down, broke above. So technically, on a lower time frame, maybe on the 15, I could have gotten in somewhere here if price retraces. Okay, and aim for a 1 to 2. If price retraces, okay? We have news at 8:30. It's currently 1 o'clock in the morning. So this is New York's London session. Let's see what happens. Okay, price comes in and takes us out. There we go, and takes us out. Okay, so we would have lost this trade. Again, I would need to go down a little bit further before I get in. I was just trying to eyeball it and see if this is what I was looking for. So now we're in this zone. Okay, now price is, we're going to get rid of this. Now price is in this zone. Because of news, we have manipulation. And price is starting to form some structure. Let's see what happens. Okay, so this is interesting. This used to happen to me a lot when I first started. You'd have price come down, up, down, right? And this is the one that's supposed to break above. It doesn't. It does this instead and starts making its way up. I don't trade those because I've seen it do this too many times. But there are also some times too where it'll go up. But for me, I personally leave it. So let's see what else we can get out of this. Okay, price continues going downward. So now when I start seeing this and price is disrespecting these very fair value gaps, I got to go back to the higher time frames and just kind of mark up my structure and see what I'm doing. But essentially, it's the same thing on a higher time frame. I wish I could show you the 15. I'm going to come back to it. I just want to go to the chat real quick just so I know I'm not missing anything and then come back. Where are we at? Oh my gosh. Okay, so EU more calm than GU. Sure, show it. GU makes huge moves. No, some days. Okay, so we haven't really... I want to see your new strategy after. Yes. I'll do the news one right after, I promise. Have you discontinued the Robo Riches episode? No. I enjoy making those. The Robo Riches. To be honest with you guys, a lot of people are asking for the bot. So I'm working with developers to make sure that the bot is available for the public. That's all that I'm doing. I'm just trying to make sure that everybody who's asking for the bot or wants to buy the bot or whatever will be able to have it. So that's all that I'm working on. Because if I continue the series and nobody can have it, then it's like, I don't know. But that's all that it is. But I should be getting a response from 2 of them today. So God willing, if everything goes through, I'll be releasing the bot very soon. And then those episodes will also continue to show you guys what's going on. And then Caramel said, fake out of support level. Yeah, over here. Yeah, right? Like stuff like that is just price faking you out, right? So that's why you have to be careful. You know what I'm going to do, guys? I hate to do this, but I'm going to go back a bit. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to the 15. I need to go to at least the 15 because I believe personally for me, that would be the time frame that I would trade on. So I want to do this very quickly for, I think it was Kevin who asked, so that I can do the new strategy for you guys before it's too late. Okay, so here we are now. Let's go now to the 1 hour. Here we are now. Entertain us. All right, okay, cool. So here we are. Okay, look, so we're kind of back to where we started in a sense where price has kind of broken above. So we were bullish in the long term. We just got kind of taken out in these areas, but price essentially settled for this fair value gap and took us towards the upside. So now got to go back to the daily just to make sure my structure is correct. we can see here that this was a area that was causing some problems, but eventually it broke. So this is my first area that I'm looking at, especially because we're all the way down here. Okay. And then I'm looking at to see if there are any like gaps or anything that I can identify that I could use. And there was one right here that price already kind of violated. So I'm not too thrilled about that, but I'm going to mark it just in case of anything. And then I'm going to go to, let's go to the 4 hour. I don't really mark up gaps on the 4 hour. It's always daily in like 1 hour. Okay. But look what we're having here, guys. Very interesting. On the 4 hour, guess what's showing up? Our pattern. So, let's see. I wonder if we can trade. This is one of those things where it's like, I don't know if I would still get it, only because like price with this candle or the next one of these, price is supposed to break up right away, not give us this small movement. This small movement kind of concerns me. It makes me feel like these gaps up here might be a problem. You see what I'm saying? But let's say for the sake of this, let's say we would have entered back on this retracement here. I'm going to keep this here to see what would have happened. And then we're still going to go down to the lower time frame and see what we can do. So since we're here, this is one area of interest that we can look at. And when I look at the 1 hour, I don't see anything else, guys. Anything until like you kind of get into this area. And even then, they're more like bearish gaps that you could use as an inverse gap or whatever. But I don't trade like that. So for now, we got to focus on here. So let's go down. We went to the 1 hour. Yeah, I don't know about that. I do see that on the 1 hour, we also had this region right here. Okay, so what I would do is I would just mark up this region as well, just so I can understand that something might be in here. And then I would go down to the 15 and wait to see what happens. So 15 would probably be my entry time frame. And I would wait to see what happens at that time. Now, when you're swing trading, you don't really have, some people have a session, but you kind of take your setups as they form regardless of when they set up. Because of the fact that you're taking such large moves across a large period of time, you don't really say, oh, I only trade 8 to 11. It's not going to really be profitable for you if you do that. So we're going to have to take what we get, which may alter the results quite a bit, but nonetheless, still. Okay, so this is interesting. So prices come into this area here. Again, guys, we have a down, up, down. Okay, didn't really give us the thing, but then it gave us a lower low, and now we have a breakup structure here. So we can take this towards the upside. So let's see if we can get an entry here. What time is it? 8. Okay, New York session. Let's see what will happen here. See if we can get a retracement. Now, based off of what we're seeing here, price has been very bearish. Very bearish. And a lot of people aren't comfortable taking these type of setups, but I am. It's how I make my money, bro. I do not care. I once I see what I need to see, I remember on indices. Now, I haven't backed this on gold, so maybe on gold, this is not a good strategy at all. But on indices, this is money all day, every day. The very least you're going to get is a 1 to 2. The very least. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to aim for a 1 to 2. We need price to retrace back into this area. So let's see. Okay, boom. So here we are. Price kind of left and then came back. Okay. Now, when you see stuff like that, kind of concerning because you want to be part of this initial move. You want when price breaks this level to retrace back to the level you have, kind of like tap you in and continue. That way, when you get up to this area, depending on what you're seeing on a lower time frame, you might be able to adjust your positions if you have to. Because guess what I'm seeing right here? Okay, that bearish gap on the 15-minute, price tapped into here, broke structure, came back, tapped in, kept on breaking structure. It's a strong zone. And as soon as price tapped it, guess what it did? It shot right down. So this is a hell of a position to be in. Not the best thing because it's telling us that the bearish pressure is still super strong. So there are one of two things that are, well, maybe one of three. One of three things that are going to happen. Either price is going to come down, tap back into the zone, go back up and break it, or price is going to take us out. Or price is going to take us out and then still go up that way, but it was clearing these like zones first or clearing these gaps here and stuff. So one of those three things that can happen. So let's see what happens here. I also, like I always tell you guys, I do another one to try and get like a 1 to 4. So our next zone is going to be like right here. So if price gets anywhere lower there, I'm going to buy another position. Let's see what happens. Okay, cool. Now we're in. Now this, if I'm in this trade, I'm scared. I won't lie to you guys. I'm tripping, bro, because this is not how it's supposed to go. When I trade indices, this move right here, it either takes off and leaves me, or if it does come back, the second it comes back to this area, it's gone. I don't see this. This tells me, buddy, you're about to lose. You're behind on this trade. But again, for the sake of research purposes, let's see what happens. And eventually, what does it do? Oh. Shoot, I should have put the take profit there. But essentially, we would have hit TP, guys. There we go. So this would have given me one position with a 1 to 4, the other one with a 1 to 2. So that would have hit. So that's how I would trade higher time frame setups, or I guess swing trading. But this is not really a swing trade, is it? I think in order for it to be a swing trade, I'd probably have to take this on a 1 hour. Just because, like, how long did this trade take us? Let me see something. We entered here at 9:45. When did we exit the trade? 7:30. That's not too bad. It's kind of a swing trade. Is it considered a day trade, guys, or a swing trade? Because I mean, technically, it was like we had to hold it for like a day, so it's kind of a swing trade. But essentially, that's what I would do. Now this is gonna take us out. Now, boom, there you go. Right. So we would have taken profit up there. Would have hit our TP. Oops, my fault. Would have hit our TP, and then it would have continued going down. So that's how I would trade it. Maybe I'll do another 1 hour example later on. Right now, I want to get back to showing these guys a new strategy before we get back to this. Let's see, what else we got here. Analysis differs also when you have different trading in mind in swing scalping mode. Yeah, absolutely. When you're trading like different time frames and stuff, you do things way differently for sure. Mr. May said, I'm scared too. Wara said, gold always eats my stop loss. Bro, gold is just a manipulation machine, I promise you. But if you can understand gold, probably the best moneymaker in the entire game, even over indices. Well, you know, indices, man. In like, the reason why a lot of people trade options and stocks at New York Open is because all you need is like 5 minutes in a New York session. You can make stupid money. So I don't know. I think I still have to give it to indices. Kevin said, nice. Was holding my breath on that one. Thanks for taking the time. You're welcome, Kevin, bro. Anytime. Mr. Bay said, me too. Ryuzaki said, doesn't matter what trade as long as you TP. Amen, brother. Amen. All right. So let's go now and talk about this new strategy I was telling you guys about. All right. So you can see here with what we were looking at, price eventually actually did go towards the downside. I wouldn't have taken this setup I was explaining earlier because the setup wasn't to my criteria. But if you just decided to enter in your point of interest, you would have been in good profit right now. All right. So let me show you guys the new strategy. Now for this, let me see if I can get a blank slate and kind of show you guys from there what we're looking at. We have a lot of these, man. We've done so many examples on all of these that they're all covered in some form of, you know, candlestick patterns and all that. So I'll use this. This one doesn't have that many drawings at 9. So we didn't use this that much, guys. Okay. So now we have to go back into periods where we have a lot of news. This is before. Let's go back to, bro, was it June or July that we had a lot of news releases? One of those months had news galore. Like every week had a bunch of red folder releases. Do you guys know? You know what? Let me go back a bit. I think it would have told me. Let's start with July. Let's start with the beginning of July. So here's July 1st at 3 a.m. And there's quite a few red folder events. So I'm gonna keep this on so I can see. This is perfect. So for this week, there's a bunch of news. But you know why I don't like this week? This week is the 4th of July for the US. And the 1st of July is Canada Day. It doesn't really affect the market, but 4th of July market's going to be slow. But let's see if we can catch some things within this setup or within this time. All right, so we are here on the 4 hour. Let's go to the daily again, guys, just so we can understand where we are in the charts. Let's see what's going on here. So here we have price obviously coming all the way from up here, going down. Let me zoom in a bit for you guys. Okay, going down here, going up. Boom, boom, boom. I'm just going to make this one big move. It's all good. Going up here, going down here, here. This is where we are. Okay. this is where we are right now. So based on the market structure we see, what's going on in the market? Are we bullish or are we bearish? Well, let's analyze. Well, price went up, right? Broke these lows like this, okay? Then it came back to the same area, broke these lower highs, and then made a higher high. So this now is the new, mountain peak, okay? After that, price came and formed another higher low, okay? And then a lower high, and then a higher high than that, but technically compared to this is still a lower high. So what we need to understand is if price is retracing or if price is going to go towards this side. So are we bullish or bearish? Because price hasn't technically swept or at least broken any of these lows that are here, not even this one, we're still bullish, okay? Price hasn't broken this major swing low, and it hasn't even broken these other lows here. So we're still, did I say bearish? Bullish, okay? So we're still going towards the upside. So our bias right now is bullish. That's the first thing we need to understand. So we're going towards the upside. Let me draw this arrow here. Okay, now keep in mind, you can see right here within this gap, there's a bit of problems. So we have to keep that in mind. I'm going to make it super light so that it doesn't obstruct our view too much, but at least we know that it's there. Okay, so we have to be mindful for this. What we're going to do is we're going to go down to the 1 hour and start marking all these zones that we can possibly get into for a buy. We have the first one right here. Okay, I know you guys can't really see that well. Let me zoom in. Right here, there's a gap. Okay. By the way, guys, there are a lot of indicators that will tell you where the gaps are, but take it from me, learn to mark them out yourselves. They will mark up every and anything, and it'll just confuse you. Just learn to identify the gaps yourselves and look for areas that to you look, feasible or reasonable in your opinion, okay? So here's the second gap on the 1 hour. And then after that, we have this little one right here. And we have this tiny one right here. So let's just mark up these ones just to be on the safe side. I know it looks like a lot of gaps, guys, but as you guys have seen from my analysis, it makes sense after. All right, so these are the gaps. Now, obviously, there are also lots of, a good amount of bearish gaps up here. So, for example, we have this. How did I take that? We have this little one here that was at some point a bit of a problem. Okay, and price pushed down from there. We also have these ones here where price tapped into as well. Okay, and price has tapped into that to go down as well. So we have to be mindful of all these gaps that are there and just keep that in mind. But again, remember, we are overall bullish. Now, when we look at recent market structure, we can see this, that price went up, came down, broke these lows, okay, then broke these highs, and now it's making bullish structure. Unfortunately, price came down to break these lows, and now it's going up again. So as you can see, technically, we're in a bit of a sideways channel, right? You can say because price has broken this low, it's probably retracing to this little gap right here, right? And this is the next area we got to look at based on what we're looking at, okay? So we're just trying to be mindful of what's going on the upside and on the downside. Again, this will all make sense soon, guys. Just don't mind all the gaps. We'll get rid of all of them later on. But these are the two zones. Now, remember, we're looking for news. So news at this time, what is this? This is PMI at 10 p.m. So let's see what we can do here. I'm going to go down to the 15. It's only 2 o'clock. Let's go down to the 15-minute. And I'm going to let price get closer to that time. And then I'm going to see what's going on. Okay, so let's get in at around 8:30. Okay, perfect. So price, we have on the 15-minute 2 zones now we can identify. We have this one here for the bullish, where we can look at and say, okay, price may come here. We also have up here another one, just in case price wants to blow by that first one. We have this one up here. Okay, so for these ones, I'm going to mark them with a darker color so that we know what they are. Like that. Okay. And then these ones we will leave light because we know that they're for the 15. Now, this is what I want to explain to you guys, okay? This is what price will usually do before a news release, depending on the type of news release it is, okay? This is what price will do. You'll notice that if price is about to release, or if a news release is about to happen, you'll see prices consolidating, right? We all know this. Like right before any news release, we see something like this. And there's something called market phases. Price is either consolidated, the market's either consolidating, either trending up or trending down, okay? So we have this is consolidation. If price starts doing this, right, we're trending up. If price starts doing this, we're trending down, okay? So I want to explain to you guys these things real quick first before we get into how the strategy works. So when we have this, we have consolidation, okay? This is consolidation. And then when we have this is an uptrend, okay? I mean, I don't have to write this, right? This is an uptrend, this is a downtrend. This is what I've noticed with news. When news is occurring, there's something called, there's another term for this as well. It's called consolidation, expansion, and then distribution. Meaning, when price comes out of a consolidation, it expands. When you guys see news happening and you see a wick go all the way up, and then the next one comes all the way down, that's called the expansion. All of that movement is not the real move. You can catch some of it and make good money, but it's not the real move. The real move is after the expansion, it'll take its actual position to go up or to go down. So what I've realized is that when price is, when news is about to happen, price is going to expand to some zone before it goes up. So what I start to realize that if price, now this is just on indices, on some indices, if price is actually going up, it'll go to the nearest, let's say supply zone, gap, or whatever first to push down and break these lows before. Why? Because price needs liquidity. Price needs money. And I'm not going to draw the dollar signs here where people are like, oh, money's sitting there. It's just think of it as a springboard, okay? So it means that if I'm going to enter a trade, I can either take this move all the way down or I can take the big one and go all the way up. So what I start to realize is that price is going to go up first, come back into some zone here, okay? You can insert whatever you want to put here, fair value gap, order block, whatever, resistance, you name it. Any point of interest, it's going to bounce off of to go up. So that's what I started to realize. So what I started doing is that I started putting limit orders at these areas. And I kid you not, there was 1 month where like all of them would just tap, shoot up, or tap up here, shoot down. And I caught a lot of them, especially I think this one was on SPX, but we're going to try it on US 30. So far, does that make sense? Like so far, if it does, give me a thumbs up in the chat. If not, I can go over it again. But price will consolidate before a news release, and usually it'll expand before it distributes, right? So let's go back down to this area. So here we are. We have news at 10 o'clock. Now, again, depending on the type of news release it is, you might get a good reaction, you might not. Right now, it's currently 8:30. So let's see what happens. So 9:15, okay, cool. So here we are. Let's see what's going on. Oh, shoot, I can't go down to the 1 minute. Okay, let's do the 5 minute. Let's see if we can do this on the 5 minute. All right, so price, here we are. We have these two zones. Okay, price was consolidating a little bit, and then it expanded. And let's see what happened. Well, this is 9:30 open, so it's not the best for indices because of how especially US 30 moves. And clearly, this news release is probably not going to be that great because the consolidation. Okay, let's see. All right, so here we are. We have this period of consolidation. Now, this is not news right yet, but I always told you guys news really US 30 market open or indice market open sometimes is equivalent to news releases because look at these candles. These are 5 minute candles. Look how large they are. And news hasn't even hit yet. So price has done what? Price has expanded. It's looking for some point of interest to go to before it does its original move. So let's see what happens here when the news hits. Okay, so it's 10 o'clock. Guess what price is doing? It's coming back down. Let's see what happens. So this one was a flop, but let's analyze what took place. Price consolidated. Oops. Price consolidated. Right? Expanded into a zone and started going the other way. Now, usually this is supposed to continue upwards, but in this case, you can see more of the move was from the sell side. But either way, if you were bullish on this and you waited for this zone, you'd be eating still. Because imagine you put your stop loss, your entry here, because this is what I was doing. Literally, I have found when the news release is not NFP, CPI, or FOMC, it's not that brutal. So usually it would tap into here. I would put it right below the low of that candle. So right here, that's my stop loss. Okay. And then I would just aim for like a 1 to 8 or something like that and see if I would ever hit it. That's what I would do. Something like this. And I would just wait it out. Now, in this case here, price didn't really move that well. Seems like there wasn't that much in the market. And let's just go to the 15 and see what happens. Okay. But for the most part, what do we get out of here? We got a nice 1 to 5. It's not bad. Okay. So let's see if we can find another one after seeing what happens here. And it eventually takes you out. So this one, like I said, wasn't the best example, but I hope you guys kind of get this thing here. Okay, so I got some thumbs up. Perfect. So let's find another example. We have another news release here at 9th. Oh, Fed Chair Powell speech. This guy has the most expensive good afternoon in all of history. When this guy even stands up before the news release, your charts start to melt. Okay, this guy, as soon as he comes on the screen, all hell breaks loose. But let's see if we can find another one here. Okay, so we had price tap into, we're going to forget this because price violated that zone. And price didn't really respect this one either. Right? So we're going to get rid of these. And it violated this and only took out that. I'm also going to get rid of this because it didn't really do much here. And this one hasn't been tapped into yet. Okay, so let's go back up to a higher time frame. What news event do we have next? We have, oh yeah, Fed. So that's at 9:30. That's going to be super interesting. Okay. So as you can see here, let's go back to the 5-minute. Price is starting to do what? It's consolidating a little bit. Okay. This is before news. Before we even do our analysis, we can see here price is kind of consolidating a little bit and then finally it breaks out. Okay. We have news at at 9:30. So let's just see what happens here. All right. So news time hits. Let's go to the 15. Let's see if there are any areas of interest. We have this gap. Massive one, but it's still a gap. Okay. Bearish FVG. And then we obviously have these ones and these ones and stuff like that. But because we've already seen what's going on, we're looking to see what happens over here. But look at this, the consolidation, the expansion. So if price is going up, it's supposed to come back down into an area and go this way. If it was going down, it's supposed to go down and then up first, which technically, because we were on the 5-minute, we probably didn't see, but maybe this was the expansion where it went down and up. We don't know. But long story short, let's take a look at this and see what happens. So price consolidates, kind of breaks out the box, goes down a little bit, and now it's going up. So that either was the expansion or this one might be it. Let's see what happens. Goes up into that area. And then, yeah, so most likely this here was the expansion. So these are very poor example, guys. I apologize. But I hope you guys are still starting to see the concept, though, that after consolidation, it breaks out into some direction into, what do we say, some other springboard and then goes its original direction. So I started timing these. I started saying, okay, here we are. Price is broken. And if I notice that price is kind of breaking down first, I know we're going up. If I notice it breaks up first, I know we're going down. And that's all that I was doing. So let's see. We have another one over here. This is PMI. Hopefully we can find one that's clear. These are very choppy examples. But again, candle momentum Powell is more powerful than any electric board. More powerful than my electric board. Bro, Jerome is an insane man. His good afternoon costs people their lives, bro. It's crazy. So let's continue here. Let's see what's going on. 5, 6. And what time do we have this news event? We have this at 10 o'clock. And 10 o'clock news releases on indices are not great. But we do have this area that's been a problem in the past. This gap was filled. So we're just looking to see any other areas on the 1 hour that we can look at. We do have one here. It's a really tiny one. And then we also have like something like that. Okay, so let's go down to the 15. Now, again, if you guys notice, I'm not really tracking market structure. So I'm just literally looking at zones and seeing where price is supposed to go. But the key to this as well is market structure. When you understand, okay, we're bullish, we're bearish, it helps you to know which position to take. I'm just rushing through this just so I can find you guys an example. I don't really care if I'm right about which direction we're supposed to go. I just want you guys to see the clear setup of consolidation, expansion, and then the distribution. All right, like, so you can already see here, price is just over here was just completely consolidating, right? So let's go down to the 15. See if we can find anything within these areas. Yikes. We have two zones here. This one is for a higher time frame and this one's for a lower time frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this blue, but this one darker so we know that this is for the 1 hour. Okay, and then in terms of bearish ones, you can see like all the ones up here. These are the ones that we kind of have to worry about. So I'm just going to drag this one over. Oops. Okay. And then we're going to see. So price was consolidating already. It's kind of already broken out. We have news at 10 o'clock, but we also have market open at 9:30. So let's see what happens. Price starts coming back. Okay, 8 o'clock. It's coming back into the area of consolidation. Let's see what's going on here. 8:30. Okay, 9:30. Okay, cool. So here's the news release, right? Oh, it's at 10. Okay, cool. So here we're about to see the news release. Let's go down to the 5 minutes. So we have the consolidation area. Price went up. Okay. We're looking for some zone to go down. You can see here price already started tapping. There's something in here that price was reacting to and now is pushing down. So let's see what happens at the news release. Hopefully this is one of those good ones where it shows you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so not as clean, but you kind of get it. So price, again, show you guys one more time, consolidating, right, in this box, breaks out, goes into something that was up here, we didn't mark it, and then now it's doing this. Okay, so you can, if you identify the zone, you can say, okay, I'm going to take it down, or if you know it's going up, you can wait for the one up and then take it towards the upside. I will wait till, I think we have news for, let me go to one of these real quick. Let me go to US 30. I want to see if we have news coming up this week. That way I can show you guys hopefully a better one that's going to happen. Okay, so, all right, Thursday, which is today. Oh, no, today's the only day that we had news at 8:30. Shoot, guys, that sucks. I'm sorry. I wish I could show you guys a better example. But essentially, when you start to master this whole setup, you start to realize, oh, okay, because price, listen, price goes from zone to zone. At least with indices, it goes from zone to zone. So when you identify the zones that it's most likely going to, you will understand exactly where to. I've done this multiple times, guys. It's a powerful strategy. The ones that I found don't work that well is FOMC, CPI, and NFP. I just don't even trade those because those, you'll get a consolidation, price will do this, right? It's chilling, it's compressing. You get a candle, it does this, like it's off your screen. You know when you guys are trading on your phone and your screen keeps sliding up like this? It just keeps going up. That's what you get at news releases. Price just keeps going up. You don't even know where the ceiling is. You see what I'm saying? So somebody said, I have my cigarettes and cold shower waiting after his speeches. Bro, this guy's speeches are intense, bro. You got to prep yourself mentally, spiritually, emotionally for his speeches. Bob Effect said, that's what I trade, power of 3. Yes, it's very similar to power. I guess it is power of 3, to be quite honest. But I guess I've adapted it to news. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, Marcus is in here. What's up, Marcus? Ryuzaki said PPI. Is it not CPI? Is it CPI or PPI? The news release. Is it not CPI? Or am I wrong? We have FOMC, NFP, and is it CPI or PPI? It's CPI, no? Consumer Price Index, I think it is. I could be wrong, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right. So essentially, that's how I do the new stuff. So I have one trade. I'm going to show you guys one of these trades. It was like a 1 to 6, and it took me 5 seconds. Because I took it on futures. Futures, there is no spread. So it tapped the spot, shot up, in 5 seconds, I was out. That's how powerful the move was. And that's how accurate the strategy can be if you know what you're doing. Bob Effect said, Powell has been trashed for the last month on Euro. He's been destroying Euro or what? Kevin said, are the FVGs you don't mark because it might be too high on the move or too low depending on the market direction? Yeah, so the FVGs that I don't mark, like for this example, it was a very bad example. There's a lot of stuff I didn't take into consideration. I wasn't analyzing correctly. I was just literally zooming in, going close to the time and just marking up the areas. But for the most part, if you ever come to my chart when I'm marking it up, you won't see that many, right? Because I've already been doing the analysis throughout the week. And even if it's a brand new week, I'm looking at key zones. I don't mark up every single one. So to answer your question of which one is too high, too low, it depends. So for example, I'll give you an example. If we are here in the market, right, we're like up here, and I can see that there's a gap here. This is my first area. I would look for one more just in case, because sometimes when you're on the 1 minute and you're focused, you miss the next area where it's reversing. So I'd mark up this, I'd mark up that just like that. But down here, I'm not marking up all these different zones. I would look at it from here, get an idea of if these 1 hour gaps are even worth it. So something like this, I'm not really going to put my money on. It's in the middle of nowhere and it's not that big of a gap. This is my more so what I'm looking forward to because of how big the gap is, and it's from a push. Okay, price push from here. Now, the reason why I wouldn't really hold my breath for this too is because we're all the way up here. This is a 1 hour chart. For us to come back down here within the session is unlikely. So I probably wouldn't even look there. That would make me my bias to be bearish, because I'd be like, okay, because we're closer to these zones, because again, remember with indices, we go from zone to zone. I'm already thinking we have a higher chance of touching something up here and going down than coming all the way down here and going up. So that's how I would do it. So to answer your question, yeah, if a gap is too far away, I won't mark it up, because unless there's a really crazy news release, nothing's really gonna happen. It's not likely. Remember, I trade from 8 to 11, so I've got a 3 hour window for this thing to happen. For it to go from here all the way up here down here in 3 hours, man, somebody's gotta do something reckless on the news. You know what I mean? So that's how I would do it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get out of this real quick. It's 11 o'clock, guys, where our cutoff time is coming, but I'm going to spend a little bit more time with you guys today because yesterday was too short. So I'm just going to give you guys a little bit more of my time. As 11 is my cutoff, I should be now getting back to the other business, the other works, and all those things. But yeah, anything else you guys, did I answer all the questions so far? I know they asked me about the new strategy. They asked me about my strategy on the higher time frame. Anything else? Anything else? Mr. May said CPI. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so it's CPI. Anything else, guys? Anything else you want to do before we head out of here? I've done all the analysis. Everybody's basically trading gold. For those of you guys who are trading gold, did your setup happen? Did your setup end up happening? I knew you were waiting for let me get out of this real quick. I know you guys were waiting for a buy. Oh, look at this. Wait, where's the place that we marked up? I'm sure we marked up somewhere else on this. There we go. You guys remember we were looking at this this morning? We were looking to see if it should go, if we should enter this. And look, guys, it worked. Okay, so we would have hit take profit on the 1 to 2. If those of you guys who were in buys, what happened? Did you guys end up taking the buy, or did I distract you? If I distracted you, my fault. But did you guys end up taking the buys? Let us know in the chats below. Anybody else trading? How's the trading week been for you guys? Has it been positive? Has it been good? For me, I'm 1 for 1 this week. So it's not a great week. And today, just by looking at the chart, I knew there wasn't going to be a setup for me. So I didn't really trade. Plus, like I said, I came to the market late. What strategy is the bot you and Marcus got based on? Now, Kevin, if I were to give away the sauce, my brother, would you still buy? Would you still want? I can't give away all the sauce. Just know that it's a mixture of a couple things, but it's not more so a strategy that we would traditionally trade. It's more so one that works better with automated trading. Okay, that's the best answer I can give you for now. All right, Kevin. So sorry, my brother. I would love to answer your question in full detail, but I can't give away all the sauce. Got to keep some for the people. All right. Those of you guys who are trading, what did you trade today? What's your week been like? I'm 1 for 1 this week, so it's not great. But again, I risk 1 to make 2, so I'm up. But I don't know, man. I don't think I'll ever do this again where I'm trading this many challenges. I think it's messed with my trading a little bit because the amounts are different on each one, and I wish they could all go to a copy trader, but they can't. There's 2 reasons why they can't. Number 1, as you guys know, after the migration, everybody went to all these weird platforms, DXTrade, MatchTrader, and those platforms are horrendous. So I have one on MatchTrader. I had one on TradeLocker. That's gone now. CTrader had that too. That didn't do so great. And then I have one on MT5. And so I can't copy trade those accounts for that one reason. And then number 2, some of these platforms are like, if you're going to trade using a copy trader, our account has to be the master account. It's like, bro, I can't make everyone the master account. Somebody's got to do the dirty work, right? And none of them want to do the dirty work. So I have to trade them like, you guys can't see, but my laptop is right here. I have my laptop right here. I have 2 screens here, and I try and trade all 3 of them at the same time. I don't trade on my phone. So anyways, it's a little challenging, but I think it's kind of tampered a little bit with my trading. Ryuzuki said gold long at 245, 52.23. 245. 245.52. Oh, that's great. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, so you're in profit right now because you entered like literally around right here, give or take, right? I don't know where your stop loss is going to be, but around here. So you're in pretty good profit. Nice, nice. Who else? um, Bob FX said I'm 2-0, 13R. That is phenomenal. Man, you have some weeks like that. You have some weeks where you're making crazy R. You know, after I made 13R in like a week or two or whatever the case is, right after that, I went into a losing streak. You know what I mean? I'm not praying that for you, Bob. I hope you kill it. I hope you make 26R. I hope you go nuts. But I'm just saying, like, this is why, like, as a beginner, you have to have experience in the market, because in the beginning, when you have streaks like that, you think your strategy has no flaws. And then you find out real quick, no, the market does what it wants. And some days you're going to take L's, right? And so if you're not careful, what do you start doing? You start switching strategies. You start tampering with it. You start doing things that you're not supposed to. Bob, whatever you're doing that's working, don't ever touch it. Don't add a single thing to it. Keep going. If you're making 13R, don't change a thing. Don't even change the name of the strategy. Just leave it as is. Mr. May said this week I'm 5% in profit. That's fire, bro. That is fire. Listen, let's put some fire emojis for all the guys who are doing well in the chat. You know what I mean? Who are making it. Let's encourage them. Let's motivate them, because if you're not there yet, guys, you will be soon. Trust me. It's just everyone in their time. All right, let's show them some love. Fire emojis in the chat, guys. Show them some love. Show them some love. Show them some love. Kevin said just asking if it's kind of the same as what you've just shown us, but it's cool, bro. Oh, got you. Yeah, no, it's not that. To be honest with you, I tried to get the bot. I tried to program a bot to do it, but it's very hard for the bot to identify these things, these patterns, these different, unless somebody can do it. It's really difficult. With bots, you usually have to like set certain parameters based on price, based on volume, based on certain things that it can measure, and then the bot can react to that. Pattern recognition is very difficult for bots. Very. Bob FX said, nah, my R is consistent. Last week I think it was 18R. So are you taking any challenges? Because that is fire. You guys, is Marcus the only one showing some love, bro? Come on, guys. Drop some fire emojis in the chat. You know, some high five, something, guys. It's really remarkable for you. Remember, we're in an industry where 90% or 95% of us lose. So when some of us are doing well, we got to congratulate them. It's an amazing, trust me, when you start becoming profitable, making money, you will feel amazing. It's an amazing feeling. Kevin said -3 for the week. Ice emojis for me, I guess. Yo, Kevin is hilarious, bro. Kevin said ice emojis because he's -3. Well, it's okay, Kevin, because you're still trading. So you really got that ice in your veins. You know what I mean? You're still here. You might pull off one nice trade and get it all back and some, bro. It's all good. And thank you for being honest. Some people sometimes just lie and say certain things and it's not true. So at least you're being honest. Bob said, and now I'm getting like my mental like that too. That's awesome, bro. Bob, I want to know if you're taking any challenges or if this is like a personal account, because that's really great results. Like really, really great results. Candle momentum, fist bump. That's what's up, guys. Professor, shout out to you, Professor. Thank you for joining the live. Ryuzaki with the flames. That's what's up, guys. You guys, like, the trading community is mad toxic. People just want to crap all over each other. Let's be better. Let's support those who are doing well, because we will be next and we'll want people to celebrate us too. So shout out to all of you guys. Bob FX said, I'm taking one on Alpha. I got it yesterday and I have a few with FXify, but most are our live accounts. That's fire, bro. I knew a guy who was making like, I think 7R, just 7R a month. But he had like, what was it, like 11 accounts? This guy was pulling out dumb numbers every month from these prop firms. He's probably responsible for all these migrations. But I'm saying all this to say that if your strategy is that consistent and you can somehow duplicate it across your account, man, you're going to eat like no tomorrow. Professor said 6R so far. Man, bro, I wish there was can I drop some like confetti or something in the chat, bro? I need something where I can put some effects on here, bro. We got some beast in the chat. We got Marcus up in here. We got Bob. We got Professor. I remember yesterday somebody else too was killing it. I think it was, his name starts with the A, like Avujan or something like that. I forget his name. He was going crazy too. You know what I mean? We have some beginners in here. For the beginners, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. We've lost a lot of money before getting here. Some of us, at least, not everybody, but it's been crazy. All right, that is awesome, man. We have a great community. Yeah, man, you guys drop the emojis, drop the fire chat. This is fire, bro. You guys are insane. insane. For those of you guys who are up this week, what have you been trading? What pairs do you guys trade? I would love to know. I would love to know what pairs you guys trade. Oh man, I prefer your stream to any other, man. You stay real, bro. Keep it up. Thank you, man. I'm not here to be no fake, bro, guys. I'm not a guru. I'm not an expert. Okay, I'm sharing with you guys the little that I know. I will never come on here and fake and pretend like I'm making money in these markets. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to help. When I was first starting out on trading, all I kept seeing was everybody. I want to be careful how I say this, but it was just a lot of like people showing like they're making crazy money every day. And the people who were watching them were so in love with these guys. They were basically worshiping them and thinking that these guys were gods and couldn't lose. And then later on it comes out and they were all fake. And so what ends up happening is that you watch things like that. And when everybody's making $40,000 a day and you're losing $400 a day, you ask yourself, what's wrong with me? You start to second guess yourself. You start to think you're the only one who doesn't know how to trade. It becomes mentally, spiritually, emotionally draining and taxing. And I basically just wanted to know if there were any other traders out there like me who aren't taking 1 to 9, 1 to 25 trades, a day. Or, you watch some traders, they have like 40 different positions and are flipping like I never did that. I just want to know if there's anybody out there like me. So that's why I started my channel. I want to document the process of an average Joe and him becoming consistent, passing challenges and getting payouts. That's what my stuff is about. And I started going live just to chop it up with you guys because a lot of you guys hit me up on Instagram. You guys are amazing people. If you guys were the representation of the trading community, people would have crazy respect for our community. So that's why I do what I do. So shout out to you for mentioning that, Candle. I appreciate the love, man. Marcos said, yo, Marcos, Marcos, are you Ghanaian? You've got to be Ghanaian, bro. Your last name is Mensah. You are Ghanaian, bro. You can't hide, brother. You can't hide. You got to tell me if you're Ghanaian. But he said he's down 2.5 hour for the week. All good. I'm still smiling. That's what's up, bro. Spirit is stronger than anything. You listen, the same way you're losing 2.5 hour, you're going to make 2.5 hour. Okay. You're going to make it back. If you just stay consistent with your strategy, you're going to make it back. I promise you. Marcus Adrian said best trading streamer on YouTube. Oh man, that is a huge compliment, bro. Shout out, guys. Shout out to Marcus. Okay, if you guys don't know Marcus, he has 22K subs. He's been doing this way longer than I am. He's the most selfless, loving person, friend, and creator I've ever met. He's forever pouring into my streams, into my channel stuff, and he gets nothing out of it. Like nothing. Solid dude, guys. If you don't know, go sub to his channel. Go sub to all the stuff he's got going on. Solid guy. Super solid guy. Shout out to you, Marcus. I appreciate you. Kevin said ice emojis for me and Marcos, ice in our veins. Yeah, buddy, ice in their veins. Listen, keep that same composure. Just keep showing up every day and executing your strategy. That is the only way you're going to get back up. Remember, if your strategy is a 60% strategy, that means you're going to lose 4 times. It may happen in a row. It may happen spaced out. But after you get out of those losses, the rest are wins. This is what my strategy has taught me. Just execute. So ice in your veins, Kevin and Macros, shout out to y'all. Bob FX said, I definitely want to take more challenges, but work and everything, it's kind of meh. Okay, so, man, I don't want to derail the conversation here, but are you one of those who are like, obviously you're making way more from your income than you are from trading, so as of right now, it's not, like, you're making decent money from trading too, but like it's not too much of a priority? Is it one of those for you? Because I make my money primarily from business as well, right? So that's why I'm not like too crazy in these markets. I don't do nothing crazy. I'm just steady. I make consistent profits. I'm good. So let me know. Professor said, mostly trade Nas and the Dow, also dabble with synthetic indices and on derivative. Oh, nice. Professor, that's fire. So I only trade indices. So welcome, brother. Welcome to the club. This is what we do over here, just indices. But my people are like, bro, try Forex. So we might do a Forex challenge very soon. Yeah, Mr. Mensah, you are Ghanaian. That's what's up. Which region, bro? Which region? I would love to know, man. That's fire. I was in Ghana last year for my dad's funeral. I lost my dad last year, so I was in Ghana last year. Smile the Trader. Yo, what's up, Smiley? What's good, brother? Good to see you again. Candleman said, I did the exact same thing starting trading. Compared myself to others, it ended up being exhausting, and everyone's journey is different. Bro, that's the thing. Bro, I know traders that have been profitable in 6 months. Some in a year. I'm about to hit 4 years. I didn't see profitability until year 3. Now, granted, I took a year off. Doesn't matter. It's not an excuse. It's a total of almost 4 years of trading. Okay? Everyone's journey is different. There are people who have been profitable after 7. Just focus on you. What you're going to do is different from what everyone else is going to do. Bavek said, no, I'm making more money on trading, but work is for my parents. Oh, I see. That's interesting. I see. Man, those situations are tough to be in because, man, your parents are everything, man. And it's easy to say, oh, just do what you want to do, but bro, take it from somebody who lost their father. When they're gone, no matter how good you were to them as a child, no matter what you did for them, all you remember is the little moments that actually, it's not the money, the cars and stuff you buy, the trips you take them on. It's none of that. It's just the times when they needed you. How did you respond? How was the time you spent with them? Did you argue? Did you disrespect? It's those things. That's all you're going to think about. And if you were terrible to your parents, man, it's going to eat you alive. I thank God I gave my parents all that I could, still giving my mom all that I can. But when I lost my dad, I could just remember the little times when he was like, hey, bro, I'm making this book. Can you help me with the cover? And at that time, I had a graphic design company to my dad. Like I got a lot of stuff going on. And now I'm like, maybe I should have just done it. I should have just found the time some way. So it's little things like that. And mind you, I've been doing his stuff for years. All his other books, all his other material, I've been doing them for free for years, even though I do this as a business. And technically, even though he's family, he should be paying me, you know what I'm saying? But all jokes aside, it was that moment that made me say, man, maybe in that moment I should have done it, even though I've been doing it for the rest of my life. And so it's a tough position to be in. Maybe I'm reading your situation wrong, but if it's one of those where you just, because of your relationship with your parents or your respect for your parents, it's difficult to balance, I totally understand it. Ooh, oh man. So this is really cool, guys. I'm really glad that this is the community that we got and this is what's going on. We have one more day tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow's Friday. Unless you trade crypto, you might be up all weekend. But if you are a Forex index trader, or you trade metals or whatever you trade, tomorrow is the last day. I've taken only 2 trades this week. That's usually the amount that I like to take. I'll see if there's one more tomorrow. It's got to be a very beautiful setup or else I'm not going to touch it, because you have to be picky with your setups. But I'm looking forward to what we do as a community, guys. The Discord is pinned at the top. Please join the Discord so we could chop it up. Oh, by the way, for those of you who keep asking me about the Forex Funder and the funded trader and stuff like that, I've made 2, bro, Caramel, help me out here. What are they called? Categories, sections, whatever. There are 2 places on the Discord where you guys can I'm sorry, guys, where you guys can message me about either of those prop firms. And if there's other prop firms you guys want to know about, we'll make another channel or whatever for that, and we can discuss that as well. But that way we can keep each other up to date, share our experiences, chop it up, because people ask me all the time about the updates and stuff, and that way I can kind of update you guys straight away from there. Marco said, Asante, bro. I trade you and you see I am at BE in my break even in my journey. Here started in the 2nd week of January this year. Man, this art is beautiful. The symphony I needed in my life. 6 months learning. Yo, let's clap it up for Marcos, bro. Let's clap it up for Marcos. That is a beautiful thing. He's 6 months in. He's already at break even. So you can tell he's applied good discipline. He's applying, the right things, and he's in love with the journey. You guys never lose your love for trading, because everything will disappear after that. He says he loves it. He says trading is an art. I agree. I used to say that all the time. My wife would be like, what are you even looking at? Are you reading the Matrix? I'm like, no. Trading is an art. The way the structures form, the way you execute, everything is so beautiful. So I agree. And he said it's the symphony he needed in his life, man. The things that trading and challenging yourself will do for you. It's why they always advocate going to the gym. Anytime you push yourself, challenge yourself, break yourself down, and build yourself better, it's the greatest feeling in the entire universe. So shout out to you, Marcos, and welcome, my Ghanaian brother. Bob said, RIP to him. Sounds like a genuine person. Oh, to my father, yeah, bro. My father was... So there are 7 of us, okay? I have 5 sisters and 1 brother. My dad put us all through school. My dad was working in the winter. Bro, my dad, when he came to this country, didn't know his left from right. This man was so clueless about this country. He used to wear pink pants to work, because that's where he would get it. We were broke, right? So in the beginning, when they just had us, he was at the thrift stores and stuff, right? So he had on pink pants. People were like, bro, in those days, what you got going on, bro, right? He was one of those, but he fought. He bought homes. He built companies. He did a lot for somebody who was new to the land. I have nothing but respect for my father. He taught me discipline. He taught me the right work ethic, and he taught me God. And he made sure that whatever I did in my life, I incorporated God. And that's what saved me from going to prison or making bad decisions or doing stupid things. So my dad is my hero. He's the only person, the only man on earth that I wish to become. If I'm a quarter of the man that my father was, then I'd be super happy. Anyways, guys, I'm getting a little emotional, so Yeah, my fault, guys. I didn't know. I thought I was good. It's been, a while now that this happened. So I don't talk about it often. So and when I do, I'm okay. But when I do talk about the man he was, it does get to me sometimes. So I apologize if I'm getting emotional. If you want to hop off the stream because you're not a touchy-feely person, I understand. But, my father meant the world to me. He was, I killed myself every day trying to just give him a better life because he had such a rough childhood and, he struggled a lot for us. So my dream was to return the favor. And he saw a bit of it, but he's not going to get to see everything. So I never thought I'd be crying on stream, bro. That's so wild, bro. I feel like just shutting off the camera, but I also want to be real with you guys. So if you have parents, man, love them. They're the only gift you really have in life, man. The reason why the things in your life have value is because of the people in your life. If you were at the top of the mountain and nobody was there to cheer you on or to see your success, it would mean nothing. It'd mean a little to you, but not much. It's the people that God has blessed us with that makes our journeys amazing. So, to whoever said RIP, appreciate it. Didn't know that would get me in my feelings, but yeah. They said tomorrow is the last day for emails, so hoping to get mine because I have a few with them. Yeah, me too as well, man. I'm hoping that, to be honest, I don't really care about what these guys got going on now because they've done this so many times. I don't care, but I do hope for the sake of everybody else who has spent their hard-earned money with them that they do get their emails and things like that because it's tough, man. Maximus said, I'm late today, but your brother, at least you're here, man. Better late than never, man. And it's good to see you again, Maximus. What's up? Professor says, so sorry about your dad, bro. I need to spend more time with my folks too, bro. Trust me, man. You guys got to do it. I don't want to talk about it again because my heart, it's weird because it's been like, this happened like last year around my birthday. My birthday's in October. And, it's been what? So November, December, January, February, March, April, May, July, August. It's been 10 months. And I've been good. I barely cried when the thing happened. I didn't cry for like a whole week. I was just good. I was fine. I stayed strong because I know he'd want me to be strong, right? The man that he was. And then I went through the emotions and I cried a bit and stuff like that. But after that, I was good. I don't cry. I don't talk about it. And if I do talk about it, I'm good. But for some reason, I don't know what it is about what Bob said, but it just kind of made me go into a place, I guess, that I haven't gone. So it's tough. But all I can say, guys, is spend as much time as you can with your parents because, man, one day, this life we live, we get so caught up in arguing about the dumbest things, politics, and all these garbage things that don't really benefit us. And sometimes we turn against our own because of these things. One day it'll all be gone. You won't ever see this person again. And if you're a Christian like I am and believe in the afterlife and know that you're going to be with Christ, even then, my father is not going to be my father when I see him. He's going to be him. He's going to be like I am now, a young man. And our relationship will be different. Why? Because our focus is towards the Lord. We won't get to do what we had here on earth. That relationship will never be there again. Love the people God has put in your life while you have them. It is a gift. One day, you guys can go home and say, man, I want to see my dad. I want to call them. I can never do that. Never. I'll never be able to say, hey, Dad, what do you think about this? Or, hey, Dad, come check this out. I finally did it. That's never going to happen. So you guys love your parents, man, with all your soul, with everything you got. Some of them I know, they're tough. Some of them are brutal. My dad was the most African guy ever, the most African Christian guy. Yo, I'm like 20 something saying, hey, Dad, this is the girl that he's like, you go to hell if you fornicate. You go to hell. Like he was one of those, right? And he never spared me the truth. I couldn't talk to my dad about nothing. Bro, I think this was grade 8. So in grade 8, you're like 12 years old. We're about to go to grade 9. It's summer of going to grade 9. So I'm about to turn 13 if I'm not already 13. And long story short, me and my dad are crossing the street to go. He looks left, he looks right. He looks at me with a serious face. He goes, hold my hand. I'm like, Dad, I'm 13, bro. I can cross the street. But he was one of those, the most typical, traditional African man of all time. Like he was super strict, but I loved every bit of it because his dad died when he was 6 or 7. And so for him to be the type of father he was to me, I have nothing but admiration for it. Great guy, raised me with everything he had, taught me everything. I know all my attributes and everything I have is all from him. I am the man that, I am because of him. And if I could be a quarter of him, I'd be. He was so genuine, so humble, My dad, no matter how much money he made, would never talk about it. No matter what position or title he had, he would never introduce himself as that. He would always say, my name is, and just introduce himself as that. So, love my dad to death, man. Well, a lot of comments came in. Oh, shoot. Sorry about your dad, folks. What city you live in, if you don't mind me asking? Bro, so I'm from Canada. I live in the Falls, very close to the border of Buffalo. That's the city that I'm in right now. What days, Candle Momentum said, what days are your trading days within the week? I trade Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I don't trade Tuesdays. Tuesdays, man, I told you guys last time, it took my winning percentage down to like 40%. And when I got rid of it, my overall strategy percentage was like in the 70s. So I just don't trade Tuesdays anymore. Bob FX said, yeah, bro, take your time, bro. Love to you, man. I appreciate you guys. I really do, man. I think you guys are just, I see why now when streamers and stuff say you guys are my people. I get it now, man. It just feels like I'm forming these bonds with you guys, and we're growing as a family, as a group, as a people. And I love every bit of it. And I'm grateful for every experience I share with you guys. So shout out to you, Bob, and to everybody else who's on the stream, and everybody who messages me on Instagram, everyone in Discord. I love each and every one of you guys. I appreciate y'all. Bob said, it's okay to be emotional, bro. I understand what you're going through, bro. That's like my dad. That's why I keep working. I want to impress him. Yeah, man. The greatest gift you feel like you can ever, or the greatest love you can ever achieve is to, get to that level where you're better than your parents, and you can say, listen, look at all that you did for me. Guess what I'm able to do for you? You can retire them. You can travel with them. And I did a good amount of those things for my dad. I didn't retire him fully, but I did everything I could to give him great experiences, and I did everything I could. I just wasn't there yet. Like, it's crazy. After he passed, some of our businesses took off. I was sharing with Marcus what one of them is going to make at the end of this year. A really good amount. You know what I mean? And that could have retired him for sure. But unfortunately, he's not here. But my mom still is. So, I'm planning to take her on a trip and all those things as well. So I appreciate you guys sharing your stuff as well. Candle Momentum said, chin up like your prophets, bro. I appreciate you, Candle, man. Shout out to all y'all for trying to keep me strong. I appreciate it. Professor, stay strong, bro. I totally feel you. Again, shout out to you guys, man. I'm glad that I could be vulnerable with you guys. You guys are not like judgy or whatever. Y'all just supportive. I appreciate each and every one of you. Bob FX said, my parents came here the same situation. I'm only working for them to make them happy. Yeah, you're the one that's making crazy profits and still working because of your parents. So shout out to you. I get it now. You know what I mean? There's your parents, man. They mean more than you can say. So do whatever you can to give them the life that you believe they deserve, bro. And I know God is behind you. Marco said, stay strong, bro. Looking for a really great community to join in. By now, being on my own, and it gets lonely for me. Glad I could join in here. Yeah, you guys, like I said, welcome to Marcos. You know what I mean? Come and join this community. It's not even about me. As you're in this community, Marcos, you see, like, you'll have Marcus in here, you'll have Caramel in here, you'll have Candle, you'll have Kevin, like all of them. They'll all be talking to every time you post a question, they'll be answering. Like, it's a great community. There's only so much of us so far, but quality people. So welcome to the community, brother. Kevin said, it's cool, man. Bet he'd be proud of the man that you've become. Started trading for my parents, college dropout, working on this to show them I'm not a disappointment. They probably think I am. Bro, listen, one of us always got to go against the grain. I'm doing the best in my family. Everybody else took the traditional route. They don't even really know what we got going on. We just don't show that much. But we didn't take the traditional route. We took the risks, and we're the ones who solve the problems and deal with the stuff that are really tough to deal with when it's all said and done. So shout out to you, man. One day you look like a problem now, you'll be the answer in the future. I promise you. Bob, if I said, ha, bro, you describing my mom. Yeah, bro. But these parents of ours, man, they're super strict, but it's just out of love. Remember, they come from a different time with different morals, different traditions. And as much as we think it's crazy today, it's what you need. Core values. Your character is what makes you the man or the woman that you are. When you read Proverbs 31, it talks about a virtuous woman, and it names all the attributes that a woman of virtue has. These are the things that our parents instill in us. Our value as people come from the character, our beliefs, the things that we've programmed into our mind, and how we act those out makes us a valuable or a dishonorable person. So shout out to your parents, no matter how strict they are, man. Love them, thank them. Because one day, Steve Harvey said it one time too. I'll never forget. He said he's like 60s something now. He said he bought his parents all the cars he could buy them. He took them on as many trips as he took them on. And till this day, all he wishes is that they were still alive. You guys, it's no joke. Love your parents, man. I'm telling you right now, I love them. Whew. Stay strong, bro. Let's see where we at. Describe my mom. I live in Fort Mac in Canada. Place is hard for working. Yeah, I bet, bro. Sheesh. Man, for those of you guys in Canada, one of these days, I'm in the States all the time. I'm going to the States today as well. I'm going there later on today as well. For those of you guys who are in Canada, who maybe one day we can do a meetup or some sort of group seminar in person. And in the States too, we have plans. Even Marcus and I, we were talking the other day about making something happen in person. So we'll definitely do what we can to have, this community just really grow and rapidly have great impact on us as a group. So for my Canadians out here, we're going to link up. Join the Discord, people. Marcus said, very inspiring. I appreciate you, bro. You shared a lot of your stories with me as well. And people need to get to know you more, too. They just see you as like this investigator on the internet exposing people. But you are a great soul, man. Great soul. Boss said, I'm looking into the business. Just don't know where to start for real. And Fort McMurray. Okay. We'll chop it up, bro. We'll chop it up. If you don't know where to start in business is, here's the thing about business. Business is, people think like business is, oh, I have this product or this service, and if I sell it at this price, I'm gonna make money. But let me tell you right now, business is all about, depending on what business you're in. If you're B2B, which is business to business, is a bit different. You still apply the same concepts. But if you're B2C, which is business to customers, let me tell you right now, the number one skill you should grasp, master, perfect customer service. It doesn't matter how bad your products or services are. If your customer service is phenomenal, people will stay with you and be loyal to you. Okay? That is the number one key. Second thing, that is the bloodline. Cash flow is the bloodline of every business, but what kickstarts the bloodline is marketing. You could have the best product in the world. If nobody knows what you are selling or who you are, that product will go to waste. You must market, you must advertise, you must put yourself out there so people who don't know who you are can, start to know who you are. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tim Hortons isn't the best breakfast place of all time. Pizza is not even, in a lot of people's eyes, great pizza. McDonald's is not incredible food. But why are people there every single day? It's because of two things. Number one, in fact, Tim Hortons is really good at this. Tim Hortons has a new cookie, a new donut, a new something almost every week or every month. And so they're always running ads about this. Try our new this, try our new that. You know how much I don't like Tim Hortons, and yet I find myself there every so often because they'll be like, bro, we have this new cookie and I'm like, oh my God, that cookie looks amazing. And guess what I do? I end up going to try it. Or they'll have, my wife loves their splashers and stuff. She'd be like, oh babe, I remember recently they had the Bailey's ice cap and all these things. And we were there eating it, the Bailey's cookie, the Bailey's donut, the Bailey's ice cap. So they're really good at promoting what they've got, and they innovate, they switch it up every so often. And then also, when you have these companies like Walmart, Winners, all these places where the Home Depot, where when you go, they give you your money back if something goes wrong, no questions asked. People will spend their money there 10 times out of 10. That's why people love Amazon. So customer service, making sure your customers are happy, marketing, those two alone will really, really make your business fly. Now, if you don't know where to start in terms of the structure of your business, that's different. Like if you need to really break down the structure of your business and make it so that it's a well-oiled machine where things are in place, you can delegate or outsource certain things and have it running smoothly, or maybe you need help with employees and stuff like that, that's different. But if your business is already up and running and you kind of have people playing their part and stuff like that, then those two things, trust me, will change, will literally take you from, if you're not making 6 figures already, to like close to your 7 figures. Promise you. Kevin said, got to go, guys. See you on the next one. Shout out to Marcus for sure. Kevin, it was lovely having you. Yeah, we're going to drop this real soon as well. I just want to spend a little bit more time with you guys today because in the last ones it was short. Kind of Momentum said at Bob FX, business is about people pleasing, man. It's wild sometimes though. Bro, it is. Man, I'm going to save this for another stream. Candle, bring it up next time so that we can talk about this. The things customers are willing to do just to get what they want is madness. Bob FX said, haha, yeah, I see what you guys are talking about. Yeah, man, that's what it's all about. So with that being said, guys, please join the Discord if you haven't already. Let's chop it up there. And let's talk. I'm going to do my best to be very active. I just got to kind of, hopefully after this week and stuff like that, everything could be more steady. But then in that Discord, I'll set a schedule for the lives, and I'll be, posting about the prop firms and all these things. Everything that you guys asked me for will be there. And then I already told you, me and Marcus are working with the AI bot stuff as well. That's coming soon as well. So stay tuned for that. But with that being said, guys, I love each and every one of you guys. Thanks so much for joining this live. I'll catch you guys again tomorrow around 9:30 to 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Thanks again, guys. Catch you on the next one. Peace. Oh, man. There we go.